Well, this week, as you know, we're going to consider a legislative package of 3 strongly bipartisan bills that we wrote in the Appropriations Committee to fund everything from veterans care, military construction, transportation and housing, critical nutrition programs, support for our farmers and agricultural research, and even the FDA. It is important to note, as we wrote these bills during the committee process, I made certain to work in lockstep with my counterpart, Vice Chair Collins. Together, we collaborated closely with members on both sides of the aisle, on and off the committees, to get input from nearly every senator and wrote strong bipartisan bills. Do I believe these bills are what either of us would have written on our own? Of course not. But that is compromise, and that is how you can make sure that government can be functional and effective. We did the hard work of negotiating the bills that could actually become law, and all of these bills advanced out of committee without a single no vote. I hope we continue in that same spirit as we consider these bills on the floor and as senators offer amendments. I hope and trust all senators will bear in mind that we need to pass legislation that is bipartisan and the President can sign into law. Moving forward, as I have said, we will need a CR to finish our work, and we must deliver supplemental funding to meet urgent needs. We should meet the entirety of the President's supplemental funding request. Those are the priorities the President's outlined, and they're very important. We need to make sure that we can help our communities around the country rebuild and recover from disasters. We have to make sure that the administration has the resources it needs to stop the flow of fentanyl. We have to avoid a pay cut for our wildland firefighters, and as both Democrats and Republicans have made very clear, we must continue our strong support for Ukraine in this critical moment. None of these are priorities that Congress should turn away from. And by the way, neither is the child care crisis, which only stands to get much worse as critical funding expires in just weeks. Democrats are going to continue to take action on that and offer solutions and talk about what's at stake for our families and our economy, but we need Republicans to work with us on child care. Now, as for what the next few weeks have in store, I can't predict or control what a Republican House majority will choose to do, but here in the Senate, we can do our jobs. There cannot be a crisis or a standoff every time we need to fund the government. The American people do not want chaos or drama from Congress. They want us to find reliable funding for the food safety inspectors who make sure that their dinner is safe to eat. They want to make sure that the air traffic controllers who make sure they can get to where they want to go safely, can do so safely and on time. And they want to make sure that the VA doctors and the staff who work to get our veterans the very best care they deserve have the ability to do that. It is really that simple. So I'm focused on the work ahead in bipartisanship with our Senate Republican colleagues, and I hope the Republican House majority will follow our example.
Senator Heinrich, who's done a great job.
Hello, friends. This is important news for all Social Security recipients. Your 2023 tax payments could be affected by upcoming program changes. There is also a new update on the next cost of living adjustment. The first round of monthly benefit payments are also set to be deposited. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video if you receive Social Security. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Social Security changes that went into effect this year are already having a tax impact for certain Americans, and the impact will extend into next year when it's time to file 2023 tax returns. The most immediate impact is related to the income threshold for wages subject to Social Security payroll taxes. In 2023, you have to pay taxes on all wages up to $160,200. That is up from $147,000 in 2022 and $142,800 in 2021. What it means is that high earners will have more tax money deducted from their earnings this year than they have in the past, with an additional $13,200 in income subject to Social Security taxes in 2023 versus 2022. So this is not unusual. The SSA has hiked the income threshold every year since 2016 and in all but 3 years since 1972. Another change in 2023 involves a retirement earnings test for Social Security recipients who continue to work and earn outside income. If you have not reached full retirement age, $1 in benefits will be withheld for every $2 in earnings above $21,240 in 2023. The 2023 COLA pushed the average Social Security payment to $1,827 a month from the previous $1,681. It also pushed some beneficiaries into a higher tax bracket, which could translate into higher taxes when they file their 2023 returns next year. Recipients might owe taxes on a portion of their Social Security benefits when their combined income is greater than $25,000 for single filers or $32,000 for couples who file joint returns. So despite a slowdown in inflation, prices are still on the rise this year. This upward trend could potentially trigger a cost of living adjustment for Social Security benefits in the upcoming year. While it may not match the substantial 8.7% monthly payment increase, it is expected to bring about a noticeable improvement in January 2024. As long as there has been a yearly increase in the CPI, the SSA will adjust payments accordingly based on the COLA. Social Security recipients are expecting new payments this month, with the first set to arrive this week. Beneficiaries whose birthdays are between the 1st and the 10th of the month will be sent their first September Social Security payment on Wednesday. Those with a birthday between the 11th and the 20th of the month will receive their checks on September 20th. And lastly, recipients born after the 21st will receive their money on September 27th. Also, due to this year's COLA, the maximum benefit for recipients is set at $4,555, while the average check is $1,827. For months now, inflation has been steadily trending down to a 3% level after hitting 9% last summer. But that positive story is about to get a jolt this week, as a consumer price index is expected to show monthly inflation rose by 0.6% in August. That is up from 0.2% from 1 month earlier. That will likely bring the annual rate to 3.6%. The culprit, according to experts, is rising energy prices, but still, it will be bad statistics for the Federal Reserve's battle against inflation, and politically challenging for the White House, and its focus on Bidenomics as a campaign theme for the 2024 election. The Fed actually pays attention to a less well-known inflation metric and tends to focus on core inflation, minus housing, and those numbers are improving. Analysts remain convinced the Fed will not raise interest rates when it meets next week, but its November meeting is still uncertain. Returning from the G20 summit of leading nations, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said she is feeling pretty good that the United States can achieve slowing inflation without a reduction in employment that would tip the economy into a recession. That is becoming somewhat of a consensus view among economists, although there are those that still believe a downturn is inevitable. This is due to the lag effects of the Fed's aggressive tightening of monetary policy take hold. So, dear friends, do you think the U.S. economy will go into a recession at the end of this year? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my beautiful and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. My dear friends, thank you so much for being part of this community and for joining me here every single day. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners every Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.